Hello, and welcome to the FringeRX podcast. I'm Anna Strong, and I'm on a mission to find a cure for autoimmune. We talk education, healing, support, do's, don'ts, wins, and losses, all to improve our quality of life. Hello! I'm excited to be here today. We have a wonderful guest for us today, and we're on our way to finding a cure. Emilia, come on down.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm pretty good for Thursday.
I know you're suffering with lupus at this time. And why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you're handling that?
Yes, so I will say that currently, not currently, a couple days ago, I was discharged from the hospital and they removed the title of lupus. So now I'm what you would call a phenomenon. But to give a little history about myself and my medical history, I was diagnosed with lupus back in 2012 after having lung surgery, open lung surgery. The reason being was I had like shortness of breath, I had a really weird cough, constantly getting sick, like any type of infection, any type of virus, Emilia contracted it. And at that time, I was in my last year of Northeastern University. So a lot of things were happening. And thank goodness for having a helicopter mom who was like, you know what, something is not right with my child. It is really time to get down to the nitty gritty and do some testing and figure out what's going on. So April 7th, I had open chest lung surgery. They found fibrosis in my lungs. So basically what my lungs look like on, I call it a platter, but of course, like MRI, X-ray, an image, is as if someone took a razor blade and just went crazy, and didn't have any care in the world for how I would be able to breathe. After that, a couple of years later, I then developed lupus nephritis, heart disease. What else is there? There's rheumatoid arthritis. Moving forward to 2021, neuropathy is another thing. And the progression of Raynauds Phenomenon to the point where ulcers grow at the tips of my fingers and toes. And along with the neuropathy, I lose complete feeling in all my fingers and toes. And it gets to a point where they swell. Again, I get the ulcers. And it feels as if there are knives going through each finger and each toe. I like to make light of things sometimes. So for any ladies who get their toes done, and they get gel manicure, and you have to drill. I feel it, even though it's not like it doesn't hurt, but it feels good to not have to feel the drill and
Right.
to feel the scrub, when they're washing the bottom, because I used to be so ticklish. But thank goodness it's neuropathy, I don't feel it anymore. But that's just me making light of the situation. That's about it in terms of all of my current diagnoses.
Yeah, you said you were, they called you a phenomenon. Can you expand on that? I think we lost you.
Oh my goodness, I don't know what happened. I'm sorry. Yeah, they call me a phenomenon because I am not textbook. You can't find me in a textbook. None of my current issues can be defined within a textbook. I literally, when I go to the doctors, there's 6 or 7 physicians in the room. Like, we have to see what you look like. Oh, your case is so phenomenal. It's mysterious. We want to get some of your blood. We want to understand where you're coming from. And I'm just like, can we figure out to manage this pain first, and then we can talk about, next steps.
Right.
And I'm not a test dummy, so
Yeah.
that's not going to happen.
Do you feel that it was back in 2012? Do you have any idea what started this? What triggered it?
You know what? To be honest with you, I feel like I had it way before then. And it was masked by, I'm gonna say, quote unquote, asthma. All of the, corticosteroids. Then you have like the prednisones. Of course, yeah, the inhalers. The what do you call those things? Oh my goodness. Where you go on the pump for a while.
Okay.
Um, I can't even remember the name of it right now. All of that started to create scar tissue. Um, and doing my research, once I got older, I realized that like it does affect children a lot when you're constantly giving them that medication
Mm-hmm.
to suppress any asthma symptoms, um, as opposed to controlling breathing. This might sound really crazy. My father has been trying to implement this into my life for a very long time, but I'm very stubborn. But now that I have lung issues, now I more conscious of how I breathe. But I feel like that, like meditation and things like that are essential for kids. It gives them a chance to just calm down, relax. And I feel like the doctors love to diagnose things that just
Yeah. How
aren't
old
there.
how old were you when you were diagnosed?
With lupus,
Yeah.
I was 20,
Okay. So pretty young, and then you had it like before that, before you were
way
diagnosed.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you I mean, how do you handle it? I mean, are you on prescription medicines as well as holistic, or?
I want everything that the pharmacy could legally prescribe me, um, from steroids to immunosuppressants. I am also on chemotherapy treatment. I was once on a treatment called rituximab, which is very popular amongst the lupus community, as well as Benlysta. I've never tried Benlysta because my symptoms haven't been as subtle as many cases. Um, Doctors like to just go straight in and handle the problem. The rituximab did not do what it was supposed to do. So now I'm on a chemo treatment that they use for leukemia and other cancers called Cytoxin, which is awful. Um, I'm on nerve medication. What else is there? Nausea, because all the medications do make me very, very nauseous, including the chemotherapy treatment. The Plaquenil for the rheumatoid arthritis, amlodipine for circulation. I was on high blood pressure medication, but because I am currently in renal failure, I can no longer use that medication, which was lisinopril. Um, I'm no longer on like thyroid medication. Thank goodness. That's one medication I can take off the board because that's not a huge issue right now, but Lord knows what can happen tomorrow. But aside from those medications, I do use Cmos. I am a huge fan of Cmos and all of its benefits. Um, it gives me energy, for one. It is amazing for the skin. Due to my renal failure, my skin is extremely dry, brittle. It breaks, it cracks, it bleeds. So you can apply it as a mask, a whole entire body mask. If you want to like soak in it, you can. If you can afford to pay for that large amount of
Of
Cmos.
CMOS.
It doesn't taste the greatest, but its benefits are impeccable. There is a young lady here in Boston, goes by Cmos Tings, um, and she prepares it into, and she has all these amazing flavors. So I literally eat it like applesauce. I have my tablespoon in the morning, tablespoon at night. Um, and in between, I'll make smoothies because of the renal failure. Again, I can't consume too many liquids, so I try to pack in all of, my flavors and my waters and everything into my little smoothie that I sip for about 2, 3 hours a day.
I haven't heard of
But
Cmos
that's about it.
before, so that's interesting. Maybe that'll be the next thing I
CMOS?
try.
Please do. CMOS also comes in capsules if you don't want to ingest it, like a gel or um, yeah, a gel. The capsules are really good. They release really fast. So if you do take it, you're gonna feel kind of fishy for a little bit because it is sea moss. But you'll get a boost of energy. Your skin will brighten. It's great for high cholesterol, high blood pressure, kidney disease. Um, it has like 72 benefits. It's a long list. It's been used for years, centuries, and it's now like it's being reinvented just so that it's better for consumption. Because I'm telling you, if you just eat it or drink it, it doesn't taste good. My significant other likes to say it tastes like dirt, but for me, when she makes it flavorful, it tastes like applesauce.
And if it helps you feel better, that's great.
Absolutely.
You said you have like a whole team of doctors working with you, and which is great. But on the other hand, sometimes it gets to be a little much. I understand that. But has anybody offered you or introduced you to any clinical trials for stem cell?
I do not qualify as of yet.
Okay, why not?
The reason being, I have, to say in blatant terms, I have way too much going on. If it was just one or two processes going on within my human body, and I would be a huge candidate for it, or at least less of a risk. But for right now, they're just,
It's not an option.
I'm the test dummy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I think it was probably about 2 years ago where I was so close into getting clinical research from Dr. Burt, and but I had a problem with my heart called aortic
Hmm.
stenosis. So they wouldn't take me because it was too much of a risk. If if I
Yeah.
had a heart attack and died, it wouldn't be good for the statistics. But no, he was doing some really good research, and I don't know where he is now. It's kind of like he disappeared off the planet, so it's kind of weird. I was with Kaiser Permanente for a while, and I mean, I actually
Hmm.
asked them because they were saying, no, there's no cure for scleroderma, and we can give you medications to slow it down. And I mean, I asked him right off the bat. I said, there is a cure, that people are getting cured, and then
Yeah.
finally, they were. They did send me to like UCLA, and I got on a list and everything else like that, but it just kind of fell apart. So I ended up going to Mexico. So,
Ooh.
but I'm hoping that this is going to be, a turning point for everyone with autoimmune. And with yours, I mean, it seems like you've had complication over complication, that one disease leads to another. I have a
Yeah,
comedian
me
friend of
too.
mine who says it's like potato chips; you just can't have one. But
I call it Pringles.
yeah. So how do you handle this? I mean, are you angry? Are you sad? How does it affect your everyday life?
I am angry. I am sad. I am overwhelmed. I am disappointed. Um, I was just speaking to someone the other day. It's an emotional roller coaster. And the reason why it's an emotional roller coaster is because pain is constant. And it's not like, you fall and you hurt yourself type of pain. No, this is like internal. You have this internal fight that you are fighting literally with yourself every single day to
Hmm.
either get up, to take your medication, to breathe. Um, you're fighting with yourself, you're fighting with your thoughts because I'm telling you, negative thoughts go through my mind all the time. Not to the point where, I want to end my life, but um, it can get to that point. And it's horrible. I have breakdowns maybe once every 3, 4 months.
Yeah, I get it. I get
Um,
it.
and,
Yeah.
and you ask why me? I always say whoever has my voodoo doll, I want to know what I did to you. Like what happened? Like am I doing this in vain? Like you know what I'm saying? It's horrible. It's horrible. The fact of the matter is it's horrible.
Now, what are you doing any holistic approaches to handle the symptoms? Like,
Holistically, not necessarily. Aside from like meditating, I'm a huge. I call myself the healer. I can heal you, but I can't heal myself. So just my interaction with other people and trying to work through their own issues and be amongst them when they're going through their own trials and tribulations seems to help me. It's not a case where, someone else's drama makes you feel better. It's more of a, I feel better at night knowing that somebody else is doing better, is growing and is healing. Um, Meditate, yoga if I can, if my bones
right.
allow me to. Um, I'm a writer, so I write a lot. Music is my muse as well, so you'll find me in my room with blaring music from any type of a genre that I'm feeling in that moment. Um, and I'm singing at the top of my lungs. I can't sing, but something comes out. Um, and it just helps me to relax. Um, Relaxing is key. Self-care is key. I didn't learn that until I was diagnosed because I am someone who is constantly on the go. But having an autoimmune disease is very, you don't know what tomorrow brings, so you can't really plan as much, which was the first thing that really hurt me when I graduated from college because I was like, I can live my life, I can do whatever I want. Yeah, no, that didn't happen. I'm 30 now, and I swear I haven't lived just yet, but everyone around me is like, you've accomplished so much. Yeah, life, I guess, but that's just how I look at it.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, I myself try to keep the energy up, try to keep the positive, um, uh, uh,
Yeah.
because it's so important to be able to balance your energy like that and to keep a positive mindset because it does affect you all over. So, to be able to get up in the morning, and help other people like you're doing. Singing is wonderful, and you say you don't sing well. We'll have you on the show. We'll have you sing.
Listen, I will sing karaoke for you anytime. Um, any Whitney Houston song because I think I can hit every note that she hits. Okay.
Really?
Yeah,
Well,
of course. In my
well,
head, it
you
works out that way.
you should sing a couple of bars right now.
Oh no, it's all right. T's here to help with my voice. That was cute. No, 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 no. Maybe another time.
Challenged you there for a minute. Um, uh,
And you did, and you know what? I almost fell for it, but I'm working on saying no.
well, what do you spend money wise on pharmaceuticals a month? I mean, does your insurance cover most of it, or are you like me that I have to pay for things that my insurance don't cover? You know, it's actually daunting
Um,
how many things that my insurance doesn't cost. You know.
so well, not fortunately, unfortunately, I get we have in okay, so I have Mass Health in here in Boston, which is considered free care, but it's not free because during tax season they definitely take their money back. But some medications they will cover if my doctor could write the prescription correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And I say this because, for instance, my steroids, say I'm on a taper, I start off at 80 milligrams of the steroid. The doctor prescribes 4 20 milligram tablets once a day. Now the taper, every 2 weeks I'll go down 20. If he does not specify that I'm tapering, I cannot um, get that medication for a month. So I'm already losing out on maybe a couple days of the medication because of the way that he wrote the prescription. So my insurance is very meticulous.
So if he doesn't write the
And when it
prescription right, then you just don't get your medication?
Nope,
Wow.
can't. You go to the pharmacy and they'll say, "Oh, it doesn't get approved until whatever day." Like right now, my prednisone, I can't get it until March 14th. It is February 25th, and I
Wow.
have about a week left. So with that, I have to dig into my older medications because they last a year. So I'm it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. How does that affect you? I mean, does it? I mean, are you
You
getting
go in a
physical
relapse.
reactions when you don't have your medication like that?
Yes.
Oh, that's a crime.
Especially with the Plaquenil. I don't know, remember in the beginning of the pandemic, uh, President Trump was saying that, hydroxychloroquine
Mm-hmm.
could cure uh, COVID. Well, we couldn't get Plaquenil anywhere. I went about 2.5 months without Plaquenil. My joints were swollen. I couldn't barely walk. Um, couldn't do anything until I got my Plaquenil. And then, when once you reintroduce the medication into your system, it's going to take a while for it to take effect.
Take it back. Yeah.
Um, so that was horrible.
Yeah. How are you handling the COVID-19 thing? Because I know it gets to me just because, the social isolation
The
as
aspect
well.
of it. Yeah. Um, this is gonna sound really weird, but I like to be by myself. So I'm a very outgoing person, like to retreat. And this COVID pandemic has given me so much time to myself that I enjoy it. I have an excuse to say I don't want to go out. I have an excuse to say I want company. Um, yes, the social, isolation. I mean, I would love to be out and about, but no, it's okay. It's all right. I can get a lot more done in the house than gallivanting about
So do you have
aimlessly.
you mentioned something about a significant other? So I'm thinking maybe it's a boyfriend or something like that. You have support, right?
Yes, I have support.
That's
Lots
good.
of support. And even he's almost like me. So he's very like introverted but extroverted when he needs to be. So we understand each other. If he
How
wants to see me, you know where I live.
how long have you been together?
Oh my God, almost a year now. But we've
Okay.
been friends for forever in a day. I can't even count anymore. We literally were talking about it the other day, but
So are you working at the time or are you on disability?
I'm on disability. 2019, I was told by my doctors that I can no longer work.
And how is that affecting you? I mean, do you have a daily routine that you do? What keeps you so up? I mean, I know you said you have problems, with depression sometimes, but you're a very upbeat person, and you look fabulous. So that's all that matters. You look
Thank you.
fabulous.
My thing is, you cannot look how you feel. That's number one. If you are someone who is ill, please look how you feel because a lot of people will define you by your sickness, and you are not defined by your sickness. I have to throw that in there. Um, my nama for you keeps me busy. Um, my family keeps me busy. I am someone who likes to be like, I have to do something. I have to be productive. Even if I'm sitting in the bed and writing, like I said, or scrolling through social media. I'm very, very into music, so I'm always searching new um, new tracks that come out. That's either here in the United States or globally. Um, Rhythm is has been a part of my life for forever. I've played instruments since I was 4. Um, and that's basically what keeps me going, besides my support system. They won't let me just sit and sulk.
No, you got to
Thank
keep
goodness.
moving. Yeah. But you
Yeah.
know, you're very
Some way, like
creative.
some type of movement.
Yeah.
You have to like tap into your creativity. Everyone is creative in some aspects. Um, I learned that I can draw. Well, I knew I could draw, but now that I have the time and the utensils, Amelia is drawing. Like for my Nama For You, I drew the logo and I surprised myself. I'm learning new softwares and tips and tricks and photography. I didn't know my iPhone could do so many things.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
My iPhone does things I don't even know. I haven't even tapped
I
into
get
most of
surprised
it.
every day.
Yeah. There's so much to learn. There's so much to learn.
Yes.
Well, I got to tell you, this is wonderful. I mean, you're positive, and you know, you have such good advice for people. You know, I'm very sorry that you are diagnosed with so many autoimmune diseases, and
Please don't be sorry.
I know, but it's like a freaking epidemic out here with everybody getting. You know, there's 300 million people in the United States alone, and I just
Hmm.
keep on hearing more and more of the same stories about people not being diagnosed at all, and
Hmm.
you know, years later they finally get one, and then it's, you know, a slew of, hey, there's no cure, which there is a cure, we just haven't found it yet. We got to start pushing for more research, and we're going to need your help to do that.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah, I appreciate everything that you're doing. Love to have you come out to Los Angeles sometimes after this pandemic is over.
Oh my goodness. I have JetBlue points. So please, anytime, just give me dates and I book as soon as possible.
You got it, and then maybe we can set up so that you can sing for us.
Oh, of course.
That would
I'll
be
even
great.
bring my mic. It has like rhinestones and everything with a big E on it because I'm so into myself, of course. But um I am for it, and I'll bring my entourage with me because of course I have to have my background singers.
Yeah,
They have to
fabulous.
support me.
Contact us through our website at FringeRX.com. And thanks you again for watching.